The holidays are approaching. There's kids to worry about, my spouse, my job. I feel like I'm running on empty. As I have been talking to my girlfriends, my sorors, and even my family members, I've been hearing from a lot of women that this is a very stressful time. And so I wanted to talk to you today and provide 8 tips for living a stress-free life. Stay tuned. Oh my God, there's just so much going on. How can I be stress-free? I want to tell you it is possible. Believe it or not, we create our own lives. We are beings with God-given power, and therefore we have the power to create stress-free lives. So many times I think we feel stuck, or we feel helpless, or we feel like everything is caving in on us, or we feel like everything keeps getting compounded and we're just buried under this heap. It's hard to hear, but that is something that you created. It's hard to take responsibility for things that are piling up on us. True enough, there are circumstances and things that happen that we cannot control. Accidents, health issues, things that come up with family members, things that come up with our kids, and the list goes on. We can't choose those things, but there's so much in our lives where we have choice. And so I want to talk about how to live stress-free. And even when those things in life come up, you will find that while they are blips in the road, you can breeze through them because you are following and practicing these laws. So one of the things that I will tell you is that I'm not just speaking out of turn. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a fully realized, self-actualized woman with a lot of the same responsibilities as you. And I did all of these things through a cancer diagnosis and so many other things that would have caused other people to go down. But I was able to move through them by the grace of God and using these kinds of tips. So let's get started. Tip number 1 of living a stress-free life is to create boundaries. You have to create boundaries. You have to create them in every single relationship in your life. I think that so many times we take things on because we believe that it is valiant to be selfless, or it is the right thing to do to put everyone ahead of ourselves. And what ends up happening is we have this compounded effect of being buried because we think of ourselves last. And so you have to create boundaries. And one of the places that I want to talk about specifically is in the workplace. People will continue to give things to you. People will continue to unload on you as long as you take it. You say, but wait a minute, I need my job. I need to be able to work. What am I going to do without my job? I promise you, you will not get fired. I promise you that you will be safe. You don't have to be the one that raises your hand every time. You don't have to be the one that takes things on. You don't have to be that one. How is that working for you? What is that doing for your ego? Men do it all of the time. Just watch them in the workplace. Things are happening, things are going on. Everyone is called in for all hands on deck. And you won't see men volunteering or raising their hands or doing anything. And yet they're making more money, and yet they are doing less. So Here's what I want you to do. I want you to posture yourself in that same way in the workplace. Don't be the first to raise your hand. Let someone else raise their hand. The person who still has the disease of taking on everything, let them be the ones. It does not have to be your job or your responsibility. And then when you get jobs and responsibilities, find ways to have other people to help you. There's no harm in saying, hey, do you think you can help me with this? Do you think that you can work on this part of this project for me? Find ways to pass things along to others. I promise you, it will change your life. You also need to create boundaries in your relationship. If you with your spouse have taken on all of the responsibility for the kids, all of the responsibility for the household, and you also are working, I implore you once again to create boundaries. Say, you know what? I'm only cooking 3 times a week. You know what? I'm only cooking twice a week. Other than that, we're going to order out or someone else can cook. We all are a part of this family. We can all contribute. If you have created the situation where you take care of all of the household chores because you saw your mother do that or you saw your grandmother do that, it does not have to be your responsibility. Give everyone else a job to do. Create those boundaries. Create space for yourself. It doesn't make you a hero. It doesn't make you a superwoman. It doesn't make you the best mom ever. You're still the best, even without doing everything that there is. You don't have to do that. Don't take that on. Some of you are going to be ready to receive this. And there are others of you that are going to make excuses or rationalize why, you have to do it this way. There are no have-tos. You don't have to do it that way. There are ways for you to have someone else help and still get the job done. I think I've said enough about that one. Number 2, emanate love. The second tip for living a stress-free life is to emanate love. What do I mean by that? One of the things that I do is I close my eyes and I think about all of the people that I love. I think about all of the people that I love, and then I expand that to all of the people in my neighborhood. I expand that to all of the people in my city. And then I expand that to all of the people in my state. I expand that to all of the people in my country. And then I expand that to all of the people in the world. So everywhere I go, anyone that I encounter, I'm thinking always, I hope that they can feel love coming from me. So whether I'm waiting in line at the grocery store, I want the grocery store attendant and those in the line with me to feel love coming from me. When I'm getting my nails done in the nail salon and the person is working with my hands and working with my nails, I'm thinking in my mind, I close my eyes sometimes and say, I hope that they can feel the love that is coming from me. And I do this in every single situation. I was in the eyeglass place last night and I was waiting quite a while. And those people that were in the waiting room around me and the person who was attending to me, I was thinking to myself, I hope that they can feel the love that I have for them emanating from me. Emanating love really does make a difference in how people treat you and how you relate to others. People can actually feel that love and they're like, wait a minute, let me go help her, or let me do this for her, or let me give her something extra. I find often that happens to me. I get something extra, or someone gives me a little tip that will help me do something that I wasn't able to do. And it's because I'm always thinking Let them feel the love that is coming from my heart. Let me emanate love. Often I have seen people, get into altercations, especially at the airport. I'm a frequent traveler, and so I see people getting into arguments with people at the airport. I see people getting into arguments with people in restaurants. And it's because we are not thinking love. We are not emanating love. If you think about the person behind the counter as someone's mother, someone's sister, someone's friend, there are people that love that person. And we are supposed to love everyone. We are connected to everyone. And so if we emanate love, we start to see things from their perspective. We start to understand that they are also at work or in a hard situation. And even if they have done something wrong or incorrect, our response can be one that is loving. I promise you, if you start having a loving response, this will take the stress out of your life. Even when things are done to you, you can respond in love. Tip number 3, mind your business. Minding your business is a great way to live a stress-free life. When we mind our business, we are not interested in what other people are doing, how they're doing it, what they're wearing, what they are saying. That's not our business. We create stress by staying in other people's business. I don't know why she wore that in here. Look what she has on. I don't know why he said that. It's not your business. Stay out of it. Social media has created these parasocial relationships. And so we think we are friends with some people we used to know in another life or people we don't know. We think we know them. We have so much to say about celebrities' marriages. We have so much to say about celebrities' marriages. We have so much to say about this or that one. If you mind your business, it will take a lot of stress out of your life. I promise you. Number 4, give people the benefit of the doubt. This will help you live a stress-free life. Most people have things or areas in their lives that are difficult. M. Scott Peck says in A Road Less Traveled that life is difficult. And it can be. And so understand that you're not the only one with an issue. You're not the only one that needs something. Give people the benefit of the doubt. I was having a conversation with someone and they were talking about someone had cut them off in traffic and they got really angry and really upset and said, doesn't that tell something about their character? Isn't that a character flaw in them? Shouldn't I be angry that they cut me off and I almost crashed my car? You heard a lot of I in that. If you give the other person the benefit of the doubt, if you give the other person the benefit of the doubt, you don't know if they're rushing to their child. You don't know if they're rushing to someone in need. You have no idea you don't know if they're just absent-minded because they just lost their job or something just happened to them. Give people the benefit of the doubt. We are so quick to rush to judgment on someone else's character when something is slighted towards us, but we give ourselves grace in those same situations. I think that it is important that we give everyone grace. Give people the benefit of the doubt and you will live stress-free. Number 5, don't create stories. This is a real problem and this will lead you into stressing out. Well, I wonder what the person was thinking when they did that. I wonder why I'm not being promoted at work. Is it because of this or that? Or I knew that person never liked me because they made a face when I walked up to them. Or they could have been having a bad day. It might have had nothing to even do with you. But now you have created a whole story about how they never liked you and, you were never friends and, all of these things again towards you. You've created a whole universe out of an incident, and that will create stress in your life. Do not create stories. Number 6, be an active listener. Listen when people are talking to you. Don't always be formulating what you're going to say next or what you think they're saying. Listen to what they are saying. Ask clarifying questions to really understand what they are saying. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't burst in and have to say what you think. Don't always be the person that has to have something to say. Just listen. Be an active listener. Number 7, be resourceful. Being resourceful will take the stress out of your life. If you are so absolute and think things have to be the way they have to be, you will always find yourself stressed out. And that is because people are not going to always respond the way you want them to respond. You're not going to always have what you need for something when you need it. I'll give you an example. If you think that when I make my mashed potatoes, I must have heavy cream, and you begin making your mashed potatoes and you go to the refrigerator for the heavy cream and you don't have any heavy cream and all you have is half and half. All the mashed potatoes are ruined because I don't have heavy cream. And now I'm stressing about that. And this is just a tiny example, but think of the bigger ways that this can be applied. I don't have heavy cream, but you have half and half. You have skim milk. You have some other things that you can use to still complete what you are trying to complete. There are times when you just have to look around yourself and be resourceful. Before you wind yourself up and get all stressed out and put yourself in a tizzy, be resourceful. And the final tip for living a stress-free life is to find focus. Find focus. Multitasking does not work. Multitasking does not exist. When you multitask, nothing is done in an excellent manner. Multitasking leads you down a path to mediocrity. Do one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time. When you do that, you actually get done faster, and then you're able to do so many other things. You're like, oh my goodness, I thought that was going to take an hour and actually took 15 minutes. So it's so important to plan. When you plan out your day, and I've talked about this in some of my planning videos, and you give yourself 3 big tasks to do, you will do them with excellence and you'll finish before you thought. So one of the things, and one of the time management things that I do, is I do Pomodoro sprints. And people do these a little bit differently, just depending. You can give yourself whatever time you want, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 21 minutes. Set your timer. Focus on that particular task for that time period. You will find that you get it done before the timer goes off because you focused on that one thing. And you will be surprised at how many things you can get done in an hour because you have focused. But the reason we have too many windows open on our computer, we're jumping from thing to thing, we're jumping from email to a chat to the task at hand to going to this website over here to looking at this over here to checking our cell phone. To stop multitasking. Focus on one thing at a time, and you will be surprised at how much you can get done. You'll be less stressed out. You'll have fewer things on your plate because you're accomplishing more. And remember, we have God-given creative power. These are tips that can help you live a stress-free life. You can remove stress out of your life. And what this does is that when things actually happen, those things that you can't control, what ends up happening is you have space for them because you've created all of this space in your life by employing these tips to live stress-free. I hope that you got something from this video. Please comment down below on any other tips that you might have for a stress-free life, for finding peace in your life. I would love to hear the things that you're doing. Let's continue to learn from each other. And thanks for watching.